Good morning, and you're listening to Bhavini Makwana on the BHF radio. Happy Diwali! How are you all this morning? We've got a fantastic lineup today. We've been speaking to Smitty, who will be coming on air very, very soon, and she'll be sharing more about her work, Gujutots, and how she'll be celebrating Diwali. And today's show actually is aimed for children. So if you've got grandchildren, nieces or nephews, or little ones in the house, bring them along, listen together. Please do get in touch with us. We can have you on air, or we can shout your messages out if you want to wish your loved ones a happy Diwali on air. Why not get in touch and tell us what you have made? Have you made any mithai, any nasto? We'd love to hear from you. How about rangoli patterns? How have you decorated your house? Get in touch, share how you are celebrating Diwali today, or perhaps how you have celebrated in the past. Let's celebrate Diwali together. There's different ways of getting in touch with us. You can, if you've got the BHF radio app, on the top left hand corner there is a menu button, and if you press that, there's a drop down menu which says dedications, and you can get in touch with us directly. We'll be monitoring that. I'm hoping it is being live streamed on Facebook, so we'll be sharing that. So drop your messages in the comments, but we definitely want to hear from you, and we'll also be sharing how we're going to be celebrating Diwali. So let's get the program started, and we'll play you our first song.
Okay, so the first song is a song just about what is Diwali, aimed at children today. So here it comes.
Lights will win over darkness. Celebrate new beginnings. Diwali is a celebration, a festival of lights. It happens when there's a new moon on a dark autumnal night, and everyone makes a diya, a lamp to shine so bright. Diwali is a Hindu festival of music, dance and lots of light. Light will win over darkness. Light will win over darkness. Celebrate new beginnings. Light a diya for Diwali. Diwali, festival of light. Light will win over darkness. Diwali, Diwali, festival of light. Celebrate new beginnings. Diwali is a time for family and stories about light. Bright colors on brand new saris and fireworks sparkling bright. The goddess of wealth is Lakshmi, she seeks the brightest light. If you can shine extra brightly, she might just visit you tonight. Light will win over darkness. Light will win over darkness. Celebrate new beginnings. Light a diya for Diwali. Diwali, festival of light. Light will win over darkness. Diwali, Diwali, festival of lights. Diwali, Diwali, festival of lights. Light will win over darkness. Diwali, Diwali, festival of lights. Celebrate new beginnings.
Guys, this is Navin Kundra, and you're listening to Bhavini Makwana on BHF Radio. I'd like to wish all of her listeners and all of you guys a very happy Diwali. God bless you all. Stay well, stay safe. I can't wait to see you very soon.
So, like I mentioned, we'll be speaking to Smitty Hindoja from Gujutots in a short while, and she is waiting to come on air. But first, before we speak to Smitty, let's listen to one of her own songs, a welcome songs that she's created.
Gujutots, Gujutots, Swagatam. Hello everyone, now let's have some fun. Ik, be, tran, char, 1, 2, 3. K, k, g, g, A, B, C. Gujutots, Gujutots, Swagatam. Hello everyone, now let's have some fun. Gujutots, Gujutots, Swagatam. Hello everyone, now let's have some fun. Ik, be, tran, char, 1, 2, 3. K, k, g, g, A, B, C. Gujutots, Gujutots, Swagatam. Hello everyone, now let's have some fun.
Wow, wasn't that lovely? Hi, Smitty. I love that song so much.
Hi, Bhavini. Hi, Bhavini. Oh, that's so nice to hear that you enjoyed it. It's really, yeah, it's the first song, actually, isn't it, for Gujutots? It's the Swagatam song, which obviously means welcome.
Yeah, and welcome to you, Smitty, on BHF Radio. How are you this morning?
I am good. I'm really good. I'm so excited. I can't believe today's Diwali.
I know. Happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali to you too. Happy Diwali to you too. Absolutely beautiful day, and it's just so nice to be on the radio with you today as well.
Oh, lovely. Smithy, let's find out more about you. Tell us more about you and how Gujutots started. And actually, what is Gujutots for those that may not know?
Sure. Okay. So Gujutots is basically about teaching children Gujarati. And it's not just teaching them Gujarati in the way that you might know from previous times. It's a really, really fun and engaging way to teach them, because I teach them through songs, through stories, and through play. So Gujutots, we've got classes. I've got musical CDs that children listen to. And it's just a lot of fun. I find that what I found many years ago was that when we had children, they weren't learning Gujarati in the same way that I would have wanted them to. Because when I was looking around trying to find different fun things for them to listen to, there wasn't really anything out there. And I remember my husband decided he actually translated Baba Black Sheep into Gujarati.
Oh, wow.
And I remember we were singing it together thinking, this is quite cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then from that sort of spiraled the rest of it. So I started translating lots of different nursery rhymes. And then when I had my second child, I became sort of very creative with it and started creating my own songs as well. So I'd be inspired by my children, and I wrote songs about different things which I knew they would want to learn about. So there's lots of different songs about cars and about colours and about just all sorts of things which children, these days in the EYFS scheme would learn about from a young age.
The first song I saw of yours actually was Wind the Bobbin Up. And you know what? That's when I really started knowing who you were, and I started following you, and I just loved it so much. And my children actually, they're teenagers, and they actually loved it. So my oldest, she was singing that around the house, and so were we.
Oh my goodness.
Do you create, so all the songs that are on your CDs and in your classes, do you create them all?
Yes, yeah, I do. So obviously, I mean, there are some that are nursery rhymes, English nursery rhymes. Obviously, I didn't write those so many years ago, but I did translate every single one of them. And and the ones that are written completely fresh from brand new type things, I wrote it completely. It's really weird, but I would always get inspired every time I was giving my little one a shower. She and I would be talking, and then all of a sudden I'd be thinking, right, I could write about that, couldn't I? And I remember just literally recording these voice memos on my phone, and then I sort of picked them up afterwards, and when I went into the recording studio, I'd play these to him, and you could hear the water in the background from me giving a shower to my little one as well. But so they're all created. But it's just because I think there are some simple themes that children need to learn around when they're little. So I always thought to myself when I was creating these songs that there are simple things that kids would want to know. There's simple vocabulary that's great for them to learn, but also it's nice to have it in song, and it's nice to have it in a catchy song, because you don't want some complicated thing that they won't be able to remember. So it's really important to do something which it's just enjoyable. It's just really, really fun. So yeah, these songs came about in that way.
Yeah, and who are they aimed for? Like, what age group can you start like joining your classes?
Sure. So when I first started, my thought was that because I was running them weekdays, that I would run them up for children up to age 5, because I just thought after that age group they wouldn't actually be able to attend, and hence because they were at school. And so I actually called Gujutots, but actually since lockdown, since I've gone online, what I've noticed is that children up to age 12 are attending classes, and they're loving it. They're all learning from it, and they're loving it. So Gujutots is actually aimed at children under 12, yeah.
And now because it's online, it is not restricted to a particular area. Like, I guess anyone can join wherever they're based.
Completely. I think when lockdown first happened, back in March, I remember the last class that I ran, I was so teary, thinking, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to close this down. I'm not going to be able to teach children anymore. And whilst the online platform had always been in my mind to do one day, I never actually got round to doing it. You know what it's like? It's one of those things that's on your to-do list and you never get around to doing it. So when I closed the physical classes down, I remember thinking to myself, right, there's got to be something. And I had a lot of people who were customers at that time for the physical classes. They were so supportive, and they were like, we'll wait until you open up again. And I thought to myself, well, let me see if any of them would actually want to go for a virtual class, and let's see if that's possible. And I remember I did a few in the beginning with a few of the customers, just sort of free things, but to see what they were, to see what they went like. And they were crazy to begin with. They were really difficult to begin with, because I didn't know what buttons to press on Zoom and so on. But I think, like all of us, we sort of adapt, and we've learned how to use Zoom amazingly. And now I've adapted all of the classes so that they're online, and they're offered through Zoom, and they're on weekends as well, which means that they're open to not only sort of all age groups and all geographies, but all people, in whichever time frames as well. So yes, you're absolutely right. I now have people from Dubai joining, from
amazing.
I did recently Australia. There's America, Canada, Portugal, Singapore, all over, which is just wonderful. It's really nice to know.
Do you get requests from any adults or like older teenagers?
Do you know, it's so strange, the number of messages I get to say, do you do any adult tuition?
Yeah.
Can you teach me? And I feel really bad saying I'm really sorry, but I kind of, I this is where I focus.
Yeah.
Because obviously the songs are all nursery rhymes and things, and I kind of think, well, I think I'm not sure you're going to enjoy it in the same way that, although I say that, and I get so many people like yourself who say to me that they love those songs. And I completely understand, because I do the same. The reason that I've written this is because I enjoyed writing them as well. I think that comes out as like when you enjoy something, you'll do it to the best of your ability. So yeah,
you can definitely see that. You can definitely see that, because every time I see you live or come on Facebook Live or any song that I hear, you can sense the happiness, the like your uplifted spirit. Like it really comes through. And if I think back to when I went to Gujarati classes when I was younger, like so at the beginning it was like a chore, like because your parents are telling you to go and you're in a classroom, you've got to listen to the teacher and repeat after her. God, she'll write it and all the children have to repeat it. I mean, it was fun, don't get me wrong. Like once we went and like all our cousins went together, then we made friends. Like, it was a weekly fun class, but it wasn't like what you're doing. There were no songs like to learn through, and I just think it's so adaptable.
It is definitely, and I completely remember those days that you're talking about because I lived through them too. I remember we lived through southwest London. We were in near Twickenham Way, and when sort of weekends would come around, my parents wouldn't let us lie in. They'd be shoving us, up you get, we've got to go to Gujarati school, Gujarati school, Javan. So we would go off to come over to sort of northwest London area where the classes would be, and we'd sit in a classroom for about 3 hours. So this is the thing, it was a very, very long morning as well for us. And I mean, like you're saying right now, it was nice because we would see our friends and family, and we would also learn like a musical instrument in the Gujarati class that we were in. But the actual Gujarati learning itself was very much sort of dictated to you. You were sort of heard something and then you repeated it back, and it was fine. I mean, I've learned Gujarati as a result of it, of that, and also my parents. But there are more fun ways to learn Gujarati, I think, and I know that as a child, had I been given songs, then perhaps I would be reacting the same way that my students react. The number of messages I get of mums and dads sending me pictures of their little ones, videos of their little ones singing the songs, and of this you won't believe this, but there's quite a few parents who send me photos of their children who actually burst out crying at the end of the class that they're so upset it's finished.
Oh.
Which is like, honestly, I feel so bad as well, because I just think maybe I should just stay on and just carry on, but yeah.
Yeah, it's got to finish and look forward to the next class.
Exactly. So it's quite nice in that way.
Yeah, and you mentioned you've got some CDs. Can you share more details about them, like what they are and what they have, and how can people get hold of them?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So let me just clarify that I went down the CD route when I first started Gujutots about 2.5 years ago, because I am not very good at technology. And I kind of like I knew about CDs, and I was like, right, let's put my music onto CDs. But it is a format which, because a lot of people have actually said to me, we don't have a CD player in the house. But what I have found is that people are buying CD players to play these songs, but also they can play them sometimes in their computers, in their cars, so they can play them in different locations, which is quite good. But the CDs, so there are 2 CDs that I have. The first CD has things like, so both of the CDs, have the Swagatam song and the Audio Gayan as well on them. So that's the welcome song and the bye-bye song. And the words to within both of those CDs, the words to those 2 songs are within both of those CDs. And then there are lots of other songs on both of the CDs that will, if you remember, I was talking about the themes and the different things that you can learn. So, for example, on CD 1, there's Jalo Apre Nursery Ejaye, which is about going to nursery, and it's about the different things that you'll do and so on. It's a really, really fun song that you can, once learned, you can like sing it on the way to nursery, and children will get used to the fact that they're, just about to be going to nursery. And there's also Hati Hui Mota, for example. So that's a song about opposites. So we sing about Hati Hui Mota, Under Hui Nana, that kind of thing. So it goes on through different things. And there's lots and lots of different things on that CD, things like Atrayama Satdiwa, so it goes through the days of the week. Okay. So, there's lots of different things on that one. And then on CD 2, there is a whole bunch of other songs, things like Shukarshu, so that's like a whole day. It talks about a whole, what do you do over the course of a whole day? All that kind of thing. It goes through, but it's not like I'm saying it right now. It's quite fun.
Yeah.
It's a nice sing-songy way. But on CD 2, there's also two special songs, which are special for this time of year. And they are the Garba song. So I've got a Garba Gao Rasramo song on there. And then the other one is actually called Diwali Ivy. And I love that song. Wow. So that song's on there as well, which is like pretty amazing. So Diwali Ivy is specifically for this time of year. And I'm sort of doing that in my classes today and tomorrow and Monday. And also I'm doing at the show tomorrow, the show that I'm doing, the Diwali show. So, yeah. So those are the CDs. So there's 2 of them. And if anyone would like a copy, just let me know.
Yeah, no, and the reason we're not playing the Diwali song, because the show that you've mentioned, you have got a fantastic show and it has sold out. But for those that may look forward to maybe joining next year, if you're perhaps going to do that, what can people expect? Like, what are you doing?
The show, you know what, the Diwali show is, I'm so pleased because I did one version last week, not one version, sorry, one session last week, and then I'm doing another one this week. Tomorrow, and the show, like you said, is sold out, which is like wonderful. And last week, what we did was there were was actually the main thing about it is there's a puppet show in there, and I tell the story of Diwali through a puppet show, so the children get very engaged because it's something that's very different. They will probably never have seen something like this before. And so you tell the story. It's a very abridged version of the Ramayana because Ramayana is very long, and obviously I tell it in a very, very quick way.
Yeah.
But obviously with little kids, they're not going to, their attention spans are shorter. So we do that. There's also a craft, so we make something as well, which they can use in the actual puppet show itself and throughout the whole show, but also afterwards. And also we just sing songs like we mentioned. There's a quiz within there as well. And also there's, what else was I doing in there? There's, just more sing-songies and things like that. So it's a lot. It was so much fun. I had so much good feedback after the Diwali show last Sunday. Lots and lots of messages to say that the children were really engaged and really enjoyed it. They said it was the best one that they'd seen this year. And so I've had really good feedback. I'm really excited for tomorrow's one as well, though. Really, really excited.
It sounds exciting. I wish I could join.
Come along, why not?
It sounds really fun. Yeah, no, it sounds really good because, I don't think there was anything like, well, not that I remember anyway, when we were growing up, like, an interactive way of learning about our festivals, any rituals, or just like, just knowing more about why we celebrate certain things. So, it sounds really, really good.
Absolutely. We do, like, I go through the 5 days of Diwali and stuff like that in there as well. So the children, like, get an understanding, like you're saying, because it's not just all about fun. It's nice to know.
Yeah.
It's nice to know what we celebrate, why we celebrate, all those kind of things. So it's quite nice.
Yeah, it's important as well, I think. Like, just carrying on traditional, certain things about festivals and why we celebrate them, why they're so important to our culture. So, yeah, no, it's important and it's lovely that you're doing it in such a fun way. Where were you when I was growing up, Smitty?
I say the same thing about myself, if I'm honest. I wish there was someone like me back then as well.
Yeah.
But no, it's not. You know what? The thing is a lot of these things, they can't happen without the support of parents. I think it's so... I honestly, I find it beautiful to see so many parents invested in teaching their children about the culture. About our culture. And, there are parents who are doing lots of other things in their lives right now, especially. We're all so busy in trying to, do things in life, trying to move things forward. And it is wonderful to see so many parents bring their children to the classes, to things like the Diwali show, because what they're doing is that they're giving their children that little bit of their culture that they can retain and that they can take forward into the next generation. Because, as we are right now, it's difficult. I think it's very, very difficult to retain the culture. And I think parents, honestly, every time I speak to them, I always just feel very humbled by them because I just think you're doing a fantastic job. You not only bring your child to the class, but in between classes, you are continuing the teaching, continuing the learning.
Yeah.
And it's really important. That's really important to do. So.
Definitely. Yeah. Smithy, it's been so lovely chatting to you. I mean, if people want to know more about your classes, how to get the seat, where can they find you?
So, thank you. So, so anyone can message me. I'm on... Do you want me to give the number? Should I give my number?
It's what you're comfortable with sharing.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. My mobile number is 07956 385 316, and you're welcome to call or message on there. Or alternatively, you can email me on info@gujutots.co.uk. So I'm on Facebook. I have quite a few lives on there. So I do those on a Sunday morning at 9 o'clock. And they're great. They give you a really good taster of what I do in class, and it's nice just to have a bit of a chit chat on a Sunday morning. But I also have a lot of songs that I put onto YouTube. So if you go onto youtube.com and just search for Gujutots, you'll find that I've uploaded quite a few songs, and I don't know whether that's where you heard Wind the Bobbin Up. That's on there as well.
Oh, brilliant.
So Wind the Bobbin Up in English and in Gujarati. And the music that I have, the CDs that I have, you can always ask me, and I can send those out to you.
Okay.
But you can also find CD 1. I've managed to upload onto iTunes, and I always give myself a pat on the back, or my husband a pat on the back. it's technology. I've moved forward with the times, but I didn't realize about Android, so forgot about that.
And we're spelling Gujutots as in Gujjju?
One J.
One J, okay. Gujutts?
One T. So
One T, okay.
So Gujuttots.
That's fine.
Gujuttots. So Gujutots.
Gujutots, yeah.
I know it's slightly different.
Yeah.
It's slightly differently spelled than what people would expect, I think. But
but thanks for sharing that. At least people, if they want to reach out to your different ways of reaching you or just checking your work out, then people can do so. Before we say goodbye to you, how are you celebrating Diwali? How are you and your family celebrating Diwali today?
Oh, it's I've got classes in a bit, so I'm going to be continuing to teach and doing classes.
Okay.
And then we are hopefully going to be doing some rangoli designs today. We're going to be making some rangoli with my little ones.
Uh-huh.
And we'll be doing that today. We'll be having a nice meal, but obviously I think we'll be doing a few Zoom calls with the family as well, with the families. And obviously it's going to be very different this year. So I think, to make it as special as possible, I think the kids will just get dressed up as well. And this evening we might do some fireworks. So it'll be lots of fun.
Yeah.
Different, but still fun.
Yeah, we can still try to celebrate the best that we can. And for me, I don't know about anyone else or you, Smitty, Diwali is also about special food that you only have one time a year. What is your favourite, mithai or nasto around Diwali time?
My favourite mithai has got to be, I absolutely love this. It's called Choco Crunch. I don't know if you've had it before.
No, I haven't.
I love Choco Crunch. Choco Crunch is my Masi in Kenya. She sort of introduced it to the family here, and oh my goodness, it's so delicious. It's basically full of it's got biscuits in it, it's got kaju and nuts in it, different nuts in it.
Yeah.
It's got lots of chocolate in it, obviously, and coconut.
Sounds delicious.
It's honestly so nice. It's really, really nice. So that's the thing that I absolutely love. And I've got a dobro at home because my mother very kindly shared me a dobro with me because, I have a dobro of Choco Crunch now, which is lovely. So,
thank you.
How about yourself? Which mithai are you looking forward to?
I'm not really like mithai because I love chocolates. I'm always munching on chocolate throughout the rest of the year. But I love chakri, my snacks like farsi puri and chakris. I just love them. My sasu made a batch. I say a batch because she's made quite some variety, and she sent some chakri. And within she sent it in the evening, and by the next lunchtime it was all gone.
Really?
I just love munching on it. I'm addicted to chakri.
And she obviously knows that as well, doesn't she?
Yeah.
She knows. I've been eating much else,
Yeah, exactly. So if you're listening, thank you. Thank you so much, Smitty, for joining us, and thank you for creating these wonderful, engaging classes, interactive classes for children, and enjoy your classes today. Thank you for joining, and a happy Diwali to you and your family.
Thank you so much, and happy Diwali to you too. Thank you so much for having me on as well. I really appreciate it. It's been really nice to speak with you this morning. So thank you for that as well.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
And before we go and play the next Gujutots song, just a few messages. Ravinder Makwana says Happy Diwali. We've also had a message from Amit Thakur, Pami Hanjan and AJ Bandari all saying Happy Diwali to ourselves and the listeners. So what we will do next is go to Smitty's song. So here it comes.
एक तो बत्तख क्वैक 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 एक तो बत्तख क्वैक 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 जे तरवा गયું બે હતી બિલાડી म्याऊ 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 બે હતી બિલાડી म्याऊ 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 જે दूध પીતી હતી ત્રણ હતા કૂતરા વુફ 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 ત્રણ હતા કૂતરા વુફ 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 જે રમતા હતા ચાર હતા સસલા હોપ 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 ચાર હતા સસલા હોપ 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 જે ગાજર ખાતા હતા પાંચ હતી બકરી બે 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 પાંચ હતી બકરી બે 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 જે ઘાસ ખાતી હતી એક બે ત્રણ ચાર પાંચ
Hi guys, this is Navin Kundra and you're listening to Bhavini Makwana on BHF Radio. I'd like to wish all of her listeners and all of you guys a very happy Diwali. God bless you all. Stay well, stay safe. I can't wait to see you very soon.
दिवाली दिवाली ये त्योहार आता है साल में एक बार उसे कहते हैं हम दिवाली बच्चे बहुत मजे करते हैं जिस त्योहार में वो है दिवाली चिन्नू पप्पू और चिट्टी हो गए नहा के तैयार पापा के दिए नए कपड़े पहन के हो गए वो तैयार दिवाली दिवाली मम्मी पापा का आशीर्वाद लिया और दोनों से तोहफे भी मिले रंगोली पे दिए सजा के उसे और भी सुंदर बना दिया फुलझड़ी को जलाकर खुशी से नाचने लगे हम सब चरखी अनार रॉकेट जलाकर खुशी से झूम उठे हम सब दिवाली दिवाली पटाखों के फूटने की आवाज सारी धरती पे सुनाई देती है आसमां में रंग बिरंगी रॉकेट भी आकर्षक है दिवाली पे मिलने वाली मिठाइयाँ सबको बहुत पसंद है दिवाली का ये जगमग त्योहार हम सब मिलके मनाते हैं दिवाली
Thank you to all those who have tuned in and have requested shout outs, and a big hello to Anand. Thank you for tuning in. Happy Diwali to you. We've also got one of my friends joining in, Amanda, wishing all of us and the listeners at BHF Radio a happy Diwali. If you do want to get in touch, we're sharing live on Facebook under the BHF Radio Bolton Hindu Forum Facebook page, apologies, and we're also sharing that, so you can leave your comments underneath. You can also get in touch with us directly via the BHF Radio app. On the top left hand corner you've got a drop down menu, dedications, and you can directly get in touch and we'll be happy to share your messages through there. We're also asking people, you know, for me, Diwali is all about the variety of different food and the thing, and you know, the traditional things that we do leading up to Diwali itself. Dhanteras, you know, we heard from Parth Bhai Maharaj last week, and he shared about the different pujas that we do, why we do them, how we can perform them, especially this year because, you know, it's not the usual way of celebrating, but if anyone wanted to celebrate them at home, so, you know, anyone that is doing the pujas, the Chopra Pujan today, I wish you all a very happy Diwali, and hope your pujas are, perhaps if you've done them, went well, and if you're doing them slightly later because you're tuning in, then I hope they also go well. We were just talking, me and Barash, talking about how we remember Diwali. Of course, this year is different, and we've got a couple of Zoom calls later on. But there are so many different communities hosting virtual Diwali shows in the form of entertainment. They've got dancing, singers, entertaining shows like Smitty just mentioned, a puppet show, and Diwali on the Square. Did anyone tune into that? I think it was last Sunday, if I remember correctly. There's a whole host of entertainment, so it's nice that we can try and celebrate the best that we can over the different platforms that are available, and different communities and different forms putting shows on. I remember when I was a child that Diwali, actually, if it was a school day, would still go out to school, but it was best for us. So would wake up early, get dressed up into like our Punjabi dresses or lengas, go to the mandir and pay our respects, and we'd always go to my grandparents' house. Like the whole family would then either meet during the day, but definitely if you have gone to school, or if nobody could get time off work, then after school we would all get together, eat together, do fireworks together, and it was really, really lovely. I mean, my grandma used to do the ankot, so we had neighbors, we had the rest of the community, relatives, everyone. There used to be so many people, but it was fun, it was so nice. And if you just looked in her mandir, there were like so many dishes, because I think you have to have a certain number of dishes, and it was just amazing. Barish, what do you remember about Diwali when you were younger?
So I remember, everyone getting together at home in the evenings. Everyone has food, and we go out and do fireworks. And on the next day, best of us, we used to go around, visit relatives' house, pay our respect, do our pagelagwanu, and obviously they'd give us some money as well. And then as we were kids, myself, brothers always used to have a competition of who's going to get the most money today and things like that. But yeah, it was very good memories.
Oh, fantastic. And if you want to share how you're celebrating today, or perhaps how you used to celebrate, and share with us all, please get in touch. But we're going to play our next track by Manoj. And actually this track, listen carefully, because it was only released yesterday, and it's quite fitting to this time of year, so Diwali in 2020.
Yep, so this track here is Happy Diwali by Manoj. Play that now.
Happy Diwali. दिवाली ने काल छे दिवाली हे आज छे दिवाली ने काल छे दिवाली मोटा तहेवार नी मोटी उजाणी अरे अरे आज छे दिवाली ने काल छे दिवाली मोटा तहेवार नी मोटी उजाणी खुशी नो तहेवार लावा तो खुशी न तहेवार लावा वाड़ी खुश छे घरवाला में खुश छे घरवाली एक बीजा ने कहो वाला हैप्पी दिवाली अरे 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 खुश छे घरवाला में खुश छे घरवाली एक बीजा ने कही दो वाला हैप्पी दिवाली हे आज छे दिवाली ने काल से दिवाली होबड़ो हे दिवाली ना दीप जलाओ घर सजाओ हे रंग बेरंगी रंगोली की चौक पुराओ ગમતી વાનગી ઘરમાં બનાવો, મિષ્ટાન ફરસાણ કાજુ કતરી ખવડાવો. મોંઘો તહેવાર ને મોંઘી મીઠાઈઓ, કોરોનાના લીધે થઈ કર્મની કઠણાઈઓ. હો ધનતેરસના દાડે લક્ષ્મી પૂજન કરાવો, ચૂકતા નહીં આવો કદી જીવનનો લાવો. ખુશીનો તહેવાર લાવવા વાળી, એ તો ખુશીનો તહેવાર લાવવા વાળી. એ ખુશ છે ઘરવાળા ને ખુશ છે ઘરવાળી, એકબીજાને કહો આલા હેપી દિવાળી. અરે 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 ખુશ છે ઘરવાળા ખુશ છે ઘરવાળી, એકબીજાને કહી દો આલા હેપી દિવાળી. હે આજ છે દિવાળી ને કાલ છે દિવાળી હોબળો. સૌની ખુશીમાં આપણી ખુશી છે, દિવાળીના તહેવારની આ તો મજા છે. થોડો ફટાકડા ને મસ્ત મજા છે, નાના નાના ભૂલકા ને જબ્બર જલસા છે. હે કાળી ચૌદસ ના દાડે કાળ કઢાવો, ઝઘડા ભૂલીને બધા તહેવાર મનાવો. ખુશીનો તહેવાર લાવવા વાળી, એ તો ખુશીનો તહેવાર લાવવા વાળી. એ ખુશ છે ઘરવાળા ખુશ છે ઘરવાળી, એકબીજાને કહી દો આલા હેપી દિવાળી. 2020 ને ટાટા બાય કરાવો, 2021 ની તૈયારી કરાવો હટ. હે નવા વર્ષની નવી શુભકામનાઓ. આવને હેપી દિવાળી ભાઈ હેપી દિવાળી.
We've got Amit Judasama listening, wishing you a happy Diwali to you and your family and Sal Mubarak for tomorrow. We've also received a message from Sailesh Bhai. He would like to wish his wife, his 3 children, his parents and all his relatives and all the BHF listeners a happy Diwali and Sal Mubarak for tomorrow. He said that his favorite mithai he loves is Kaju Katri and he loves Gugras. So thank you Sailesh Bhai for getting in touch and happy Diwali to you and your family. Actually, did anyone notice in the news this week that Rishi Sunak lighted up some divas? Barash has got a story that he's going to share if those that missed it.
So basically, for those who may have missed it or saw it, Rishi Sunak was at outside number 11 a couple of days ago.
Downing Street.
Sorry, number 11 Downing Street. And he was lighting up the divas. And basically what he was saying was, you know, by lighting these up, he wanted to ensure he knew that Diwali is going to be different this year in regards to people not going out to celebrate it, but make the most of it as they can, and you know, try and still abide by the guidelines during lockdown. And this comes from the story in Leicester as well, where Leicester, the Golden Mile, for people that know, every year they close the roads and then they have you know, every get together. There's this rush, the shops are open, people are doing fireworks in the park. This year again it's going to be very different. So what Rishi was talking about was basically saying, you know we know it's Diwali this year, and you know there is going to be gatherings, but you know, try and keep to the lockdown restrictions. And yeah, it was a good story there.
It was nice to see actually. I think it's the first time, right? First time divas being lit up outside Downing Street. So you know, that's really, really nice. Let's go to our next track. We've got a couple of shout outs and we'll do them after India Wale.
कोई मारे ना, यहाँ अपनी भी थोड़ी अदा थोड़ा अंदाज है. ऐसे है चाहे वैसे हैं, अरे जो भी हैं जैसे हैं, खुद पे हमें नाज है। जाने ना हमको ये जमाना, चाहो तो हमको आजमाना। यारबाज हम, जानसाज हम, इश्कबाज दिल वाले, कहते हैं हमको प्यार से इंडिया वाले, छू लेते दिल के तार से इंडिया वाले, हर जीत छीन ले हार से इंडिया वाले, दुश्मन के छक्के छुड़ा दे हम इंडिया वाले, दुश्मन के छक्के छुड़ा दे हम इंडिया वाले। यूं तो सीधे बड़े, कभी चाहे तो हाथों से लेते लकीरें चुरा। ओ हमको परवाह नहीं, जो भी कहता है कहने दे, जग ये भला या बुरा, जैसी भी मर्जी हो हमारी, करते हैं ऐसी होशियारी। पर दिल से यार जो ले पुकार तो जान निसार कर डाले, कहते हैं हमको प्यार से इंडिया वाले, छू लेते दिल के तार से इंडिया वाले, हर जीत छीन ले हार से इंडिया वाले, दुश्मन के छक्के छुड़ा दे हम इंडिया वाले, उंगली पे सबको नचा दे हम इंडिया वाले।
आँखों की चाबी से, थोड़ा बेताबी से, चुपके से खोले दिलों के ताले, जा देते उसको जहाँ देते, अपना ईमान देते, जिसकी भी बाहें गले में डाले।
दुनिया से हमको क्या ले जाना, यारों के दिल में हो ठिकाना। हमें एक बार होता है प्यार, ये लाख बार कहला ले, कहते हैं हमको प्यार से इंडिया वाले, छू लेते दिल के तार से इंडिया वाले, हर जीत छीन ले हार से इंडिया वाले, दुश्मन के छक्के छुड़ा दे हम इंडिया वाले, दुश्मन के छक्के छुड़ा दे, उंगली पे सबको नचा दे, दुश्मन के छक्के छुड़ा दे हम इंडिया वाले।
That was India Vale from the film Happy New Year. We've had a message from Jay Modi, and he has had a look at the Gujutots page, and he says that his 5-year-old will definitely like this. So, you know, Gujutots, we spoke to Smitty earlier at the beginning of the show, and she shared about her Gujarati classes for youngsters. Do go and check her page out, Gujutots. She has a YouTube channel, she's on Facebook, and we'll share her number again. Just need to get it from my phone. And we'll share her number for anyone wishing to get in touch with her. She also has CDs, and the CDs have a variety of music, nursery rhymes, a welcome song, a goodbye song, a song for Diwali time, and I think she said Garba songs, but she's got nursery rhymes and songs, some which she has created herself. So do go and check Smitty out. And also Arvind Bhai Jadhav is listening and wishes all BHF radio presenters and their family a happy Diwali. Arvind Bhai, happy Diwali to you and your family, and Sal Mubarak for tomorrow. Wish you all well. We're gonna go to a story for children. talking about Diwali. So I hope you enjoy, and if you've got any children in the household, listen together, come around and listen to the radio together. I hope you enjoy this.
Diwali is a festival of joy and prosperity and a celebration of the victory of good over evil. This is the story of Ram and Ravan, a story related to this festival. Thousands of years ago, in the city of Ayodhya, there was a wise and good king named Dashrath who ruled along with his 3 queens and 4 princes. The eldest, Ram, and his beautiful wife Sita lived happily along with the other prince brothers and their wives. But one of King Dashrath's wives was jealous of Ram and demanded that he be exiled to the forest for 14 years so that her son Bharat be made king. Having once promised his wife to fulfill any wish of hers, the helpless king exiled Ram to the forest. And so, Ram set off on foot, accompanied by his loving wife Sita and loyal younger brother Lakshman. A few years into their exile, a demoness named Surpanakha saw Ram and fell for his looks. She asked Ram to marry her. Ram refused and asked her to go to Lakshman instead. But Lakshman also refused. Enraged, Surpanakha showed her true form, and Lakshman cut off her nose and ears. The demoness went wailing to her brother, who was none other than Ravan, the demon king of Lanka. Ravan was furious and swore revenge. With the help of another demon who took the form of a golden deer, he distracted Ram and Lakshman and kidnapped Sita from their hut. When Ram and Lakshman returned, Sita was missing. They realized that something bad had happened while they were gone and immediately rushed to find her. On their way, they came across an army of monkeys and bears that agreed to help them. Among them was a monkey named Hanuman, who had once vowed to be at Ram's service. Now Hanuman was no ordinary monkey. He could fly over mountains, change size at will, and had superhuman strength. He had the power to leap across oceans in a single stride. So obviously, he ended up being Ram's strongest ally. It was Hanuman who finally found Sita, imprisoned in one of Ravan's beautiful gardens. Hanuman reassured Sita that Ram would be here soon to rescue her. He came back to Ram with Sita's whereabouts, and the army of monkeys, bears, and men marched to Lanka. Soon, a great battle started between the two mighty armies, and Ram's soldiers managed to kill all the demons except one, Ravan. The battle was now between Ram and Ravan. He gave Ravan one last chance to apologize and return Sita. Ravan instead rained down weapons on him. Ram too fought back relentlessly, but despite all his efforts, nothing seemed to kill Ravan. Finally, Ravan's brother Vibhishan told Ram that Ravan's weakest point was in his navel. Using an arrow given to him by the gods, Ram shot Ravan in the navel and killed him instantly. And so, Ram and his love Sita were finally reunited. Soon after, upon completion of their 14 years in exile, Ram, Sita and Lakshman returned home to find the entire city waiting for them. The streets were decorated with flowers and lamps, and there was happiness everywhere. And this is why, every year on Diwali, you see the streets, homes and offices lit up with lamps, like the city of Ayodhya, in celebration of Ram and Sita's homecoming.
That was the story of Diwali for children. I hope you enjoyed that. We've had a message from Jessica Mehta, who has said, "Thank you so much for bringing Smitty to the radio this morning. I've been looking for classes for my 2 boys for a very long time, and Smitty sounds like a wonderful teacher. If we can share her number again, she'd love to get in touch. So Barish, do you have Smitty's number?
Yeah, the telephone number is 07956 385 316. That's 07956 385 316.
Thank you. And that's, we're coming up towards the end of the show, and don't forget to tune in to the rest of the show for the rest of the day. BHF have got Bolton Hindu Forum have got a day planned of different events. Barish, do you want to just go through some of them?
Yeah, so basically BHF Radio have got a full day packed of different virtual programs for you to enjoy at home. So we've got there's singing, there's dancing, Bollywood style, Kathak, Bharatnatyam, and all different events throughout the day. And this evening at 8 o'clock, they've got a live performance by Raghav. And for more details on this event, please go and visit the Bolton Hindu Forum website for more details and to get the links.
Yeah, and that's for Zoom links if you want to get involved, and they're also on the Facebook, so if you want to sort of watch them on Facebook, and also their YouTube channel. We're going to leave you and say our goodbyes. Barish and I wish you a wonderful Diwali, a prosperous new year for tomorrow, Sal Mubarak, and I wish you all an abundance of joy, health, wealth and prosperity. Enjoy your day however you're celebrating. If you're doing Zoom calls, eating delicious food, doing fireworks, just have a wonderful day and celebrate the best you can. Goodbye from us, and tune in next week 9 a.m. at the same time, where we'll be talking to medical experts talking about diabetes, because today is Diwali but it's also World Diabetes Day. So more on that next week. Don't forget to tune in, and we leave you with our final song for today.
Okay, and the song is a Happy Diwali song again, and here it comes.
Bye.
सबने कहूँ हाय